Hi, this is Shirai. I want to give you what it feels, what it what it actually feels like. Imagine someone watching you 24/7 without your acknowledgement. They're encroaching on your privacy. You have no privacy. You can't even go to the laboratory bathroom without them watching everything you do. They know every part of your body. They see and expose everything without your authorization. They steal your writing and publish it as theirs. They uh, they do all these bad things to you. I didn't ask to have this rare DNA. And what's really interesting about this, they can sit up there and say, okay, she's depressed or she's bipolar. You can call it whatever you want. But there's three things a psychiatrist would teach his students. If you didn't see it, you have no evidence, it doesn't exist. Well, I can't claim nothing. I can just say it. The encroachment happened because it didn't. I don't have any evidence, but I do. Second of all, I found 17 patents based on the technology that is used. I stumbled upon it. It took me many, many, many years to find it. I've been looking for it since 2005. So I found it in 2008. So it taken me a couple of years to find the actual patents about what they did to me. And then the question is, why would they do it? Because I'm a rare blood type. People feel that they can use me and do whatever they want to me and my son. They feel that they can kill me or my son or others with my rare blood type for the greater good. But is it? I should be placed on endangered species list if that's the rarity of my blood work. and I and I'm sitting up here being injected with hypodermic needles when I'm in the public or when I was in the shelter. They made me homeless. They stole my home. They murdered my son. You kind of wonder what the hell is going on. You don't. You feel that there's no one listening, and you're trapped in this bubble. I feel like that's exactly what it is. I'm in this bubble, and everybody's watching me in this bubble, and they're orchestrating in the bubble or in the sandbox of the butterfly effect, which is a derivative based on the original condition of me and what they did to me and my son. And they orchestrating based on what they think the outcome should be, that I don't have no control, take my hands off the driver's seat. And I'm being attacked because I'm whatever this DNA genetic makeup is, this genome code, which is the key, they said, is a contradiction, I guess, to some uh, Christian belief. And this is the reason why they target us in the first place. Now, this is what I'm hearing. This is what it's coming has came about, and why they did it, and who did it, and they didn't want me to be the only one, and so forth. And I'm afraid. I am really terrified of people at this point. Um, I'm. They have stuffed me on a train, on a bus. They're sticking me with needles, and I don't know what they're injecting me with. And if it wasn't for my Social Security, I wouldn't know what to do. I don't want to live like this. To be stuck in people following you and threatening you and calling you all kinds of names constantly. You should look at those surveillance tapes when I go to the stores, when I send it off to the government agencies like the FBI. They should stand there and listen to some of the conversations people tell me directly. They walk past me and say things to me, and knowing that I know I'm being watched because they let me know. Tell me I better get off my own ID. I'm not. This is crazy. This beyond belief. Put yourself in my shoes at this point, and I don't know how anybody could survive mental stress after mental stress of the mind games. They try to make it seem like you're stupid that you didn't go to high school, you didn't go to college, you didn't know basic math, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, we're going to destroy her and lift everybody else up on her identity. I don't support the national ID. I'm sorry. It's not fair. I don't feel that it's fair to me or anybody else who worked really hard. It seems like, well, hey, here you go. You can move up to the top. No, it didn't. When I learned to do accounting, I had to work my way up. I had worked my way up in a different area, a different department, in a different position. We didn't have the spreadsheets. I learned accounting the hard way, basically the 4 columns and the 6 columns and the 16 columns work papers. We didn't have computerized spreadsheet. So I learned it the hard way. So I know the ins and outs pretty well. I just don't have to press the button and the debit and then the entry is done for me. Just on a transaction and press the button and the close is all balanced for you. I had to figure it out. We didn't have that luxury back in the day, or in the early 80s and 90s. So I'm just giving you a feel. Put yourself in my shoes. It's kind of like you want to jump in front of me, but I am me. You're telling me that, well, we want to keep you looking like you impoverished. And I'm sitting up here, well, I am impoverished pretty much. You're restricting me based on the 13th Amendment of involuntary servitude. I never authorized anyone to exploit me in a documentary. I didn't authorize anyone to use my writing. I didn't even give anybody a power of attorney. And I know lawyers are listening to this. I have not signed anything. Anything else is a forgery. And don't pretend like, oh, I'm mentally incompetent. No, that we ain't gonna play that game either, because they know I'm not. This is Shirai.